Good afternoon, Professor. Thank you very much for your time. This interview meeting is part of the IGNITE project, which aims to reduce gender disparity in STEM from kindergarten to professional life. This is not a research project, it's a project designed to foster connections and establish a network for interdisciplinary collaborations. I'm going to formulate some questions about the Irene Curie Fellowship Program. You are free to answer them or not, or even withdraw this interview if you consider necessary. So please let me know if I can record this conversation.
You can record it.
Thank you.
But
Then,
I would like to be asked before you publish it somewhere.
Yes, you will be provided with the video.
Yeah.
Professor, could you please introduce yourself? Tell us about your background.
Yeah, I'm a work and organizational psychologist. I'm professor here at this university and work at the Department of Industrial Engineering and Innovation Sciences. So I'm one of the disciplines that contribute to the education. But at the same time, I'm also the Chief Diversity Officer of this university. So I take care of stimulating diversity and inclusion and equity in this university.
Thank you, Professor. How long have you? What is the project, or what is the project? No, what is your job about? What does your job as Chief Diversity Officer of this university, the Technical University of Eindhoven, consist of?
What was my job up to now was so I created a diversity committee from diverse people, from different people of this university in different functions like professors, trackers that to promotion track, but also the HR people. Once also the rector was there, the president of the university, to discuss actually about possible interventions to improve diversity and inclusion in this university. That was one of the things. So we brought together people to brainstorm actually and to come up with solutions. And on the other hand, I was also having a PhD student who was doing pilot studies and research on and testing the effectiveness of different interventions. For instance, developed a training on an onboarding training of new people. So we developed it together and she tested the effectiveness of this training, like research that we do. Or she also did some measurement on diversity and inclusion measurement throughout the whole university. So we evaluated the experience of people of how important diversity is in here and how inclusive is this environment. So, and then based on that, we could realize or could see whether the actions that we did throughout 3 years of diversity and inclusion committee, whether that was effective in improving anything.
Thank you. Well,
so
what was or what is still your role in the Irene Curie Fellowship Program?
What's my role?
Yes.
No? So the Irene Curie Fellowship Program was already implemented or introduced in 2019.
Yes.
So there was extra money that came to technology universities from the government, from the Ministry of Education, to stimulate technology education in technological institutions. So there would be many more vacancies than we normally had. So when I saw that, and that program was rejected by the ministry because the plan regarding diversity and inclusion were not specific enough in the plan that the university had, because they had to submit a plan to the ministry to get the money. So, and then I realized that there will be so many vacancies, and I said to the rector, that is the role of my diversity officer, since there are so many vacancies, why don't we kind of reserve some of the positions of the vacancies for women, because then we would make sure that there will be more women here. And this is how it started actually. In the end, it became not like a quotum, but it became a fellowship. So we developed something that it was meant for good scientists and professionals to attract them to come here as fellows in the technology departments here. And the good thing would be that they would be valued for what they are, and they would also get some resources to start their research in this university. So they would be hired first, they would be hired, and the idea was that the first 6 months the vacancies would be open only for women, and if we wouldn't find women, then we would open the vacancy also for men. So then we would make sure that more women would be attracted to apply here, and not only to apply, to scout them, to search for them, because they wouldn't apply, if many of them, if they wouldn't know this fellowship. Not everybody follows this information. So then we opened the position, that was the plan. We opened the position first for a woman. If we don't find a woman, then we open it for everyone. And as soon as we find a woman that comes here, she gets 100,000 euro to start their position. So for a professor it's not so much money maybe, but for an assistant professor it is, because you can, and they would have the freedom to decide themselves how to invest this money. So that was the initial plan, and we implemented that almost a year. But then there were some men who complained that this policy was not inclusive for men, because men felt that they would stay outside, and that was indeed the case for the 6 months period, but then afterwards not. So then the Court of Human Rights said to us that this is not okay to continue with that, and you need really, men also need to have some access, some chances to become part of this university. So then they suggested us that we could implement this policy on positions and faculties where there are hardly any women, where the problem is biggest. So in faculties where we have 30 or 40% maybe, then it's not necessary to exclude men, but in faculties where there were 6 or 7%, and we had several of these faculties and positions, there you can implement that. So, and that is what we did in the next step. So we adjusted the fellowship, the policy, to refer it, to make it proportional, and to put it, to implement it on places that were necessary. And we implemented that for several years, and then after 5 years we evaluated, or 4 years we evaluated that, and what we saw was indeed that there was an increase. There were more than 100 women, or about 100 women that came through this policy, and that 50% of the new hires were females, where in the past, of course, it was much less, otherwise we wouldn't have had so low percentage of females here. So the policy actually not only factually resulted to more women that we hired, but also to another way that we hired our people, because we managed to have 50%, and not all these 50% of the female new hires were fellows. So we also improved the acquisition process, the way that we write our vacancy texts, the way we had a scouting team that that was looking for talent, and we helped professors and people who have vacancies and who had to advertise the vacancies, to search in their own network to find people that were maybe possible relevant for could be interested in this position. So that changed actually the culture of acquisition.
Well, you already answered some of my next questions. Well, then where did the funds, I think you already mentioned something, where did the funds for this Equity Fellowship program came from? From the government?
The funds for the new positions, it came from the government.
For the government.
But the university could spend it in the way that she wanted. So that was a strategic decision from the faculty board.
To create, excellent. So this initiative was supported by the government. So did you have the approval of the government, or it was up to you?
No, we didn't have the approval. We even have criticism.
Yes, you told about the court.
Not only that, the minister, so the government, it was not the government that decided to have this policy.
Yes, it
was the university. The government gave money to technology universities to hire more people in technology academic positions. So the university decided to have some of these positions, or to attract initially women for this position, and if no availability of women, to attract men. So then when we introduced that policy, the Minister of Education was asked in the parliament to explain why it is possible to have this policy. So they didn't really like it. And the minister said, it is not our decision, it is the decision of the organization.
Okay, well, very good.
Yeah, so that was it was a woman.
Yes.
Otherwise that wouldn't have been possible.
Yes. So, yes, you told us already that the jobs were open to women initially for 6 months. I mean, the application time. Now, do you remember how many openings were initially?
No, I don't remember it anymore.
Don't worry. So there have been 2 editions, like first 2019, and there is another.
And then 2020,
yes,
where the policy was implemented
like
on a smaller
yes.
smaller range, only to specific faculties and positions.
So, do you remember for which faculties?
The more hardcore technology faculties,
technology.
Chemistry and physics, mathematics. So not industrial engineering. There we had enough women at the beginning.
Yes, that's a question. This is the Technical University of Eindhoven, but it's only technology.
It's only technology. Yeah.
You don't have any school of humanities?
No. We have only here in this faculty philosophy and ethics. And we have here this group work in organizational psychology and humans and technology, and that's it. The rest is all technology.
Technology, great.
Yeah.
So, it was the case that maybe any women applied for any position, or that you couldn't identify any qualified woman?
Hardly any.
Okay, that's
Hardly
very
any.
good.
Yeah, because there was another way of acquisition, and so they were scouted. The description, the vacancies were not described. So this little tiny domain, so they made them a bit broader. So to have more outreach.
To make them more inclusive.
To make them more inclusive, that not only this little niche can get a position, so that the pool would be bigger of people that could apply for these positions.
Yeah, maybe applicants bring skills that you, additional skills that you were thinking or asking.
Yeah.
So, so it was possible to cover all the mostly all the openings by female applicants.
Not all the openings, but many of them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did any of the applicants self-identify as female, or all of them were female?
Again, whether?
Yes. All the applicants were female, or any of them was identified himself or themselves as female?
There was one situation where someone that was identified as a female, and whether he or she was allowed were allowed to apply. We had to really do a lot to do good work to reply to such requests, but actually it was particularly they were females, and
So the person was not disqualified based on the gender, was qualification. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then when the program resumed in 2020, there was still that gap that identified. So how much was reduced that gap from 2019 to 2020? Do you have an
in
estimation?
terms of percentages?
Yes, percentage.
I didn't take the numbers, but I don't have the numbers. I can send it to you. I can send them to you, but I don't remember them. That is a long time ago that I looked at them.
Yes, no. Do you know if there will be more calls after 2020 for this kind of inequity?
Now we have changed actually the program. What we have done is we, for the faculties and the positions that we don't have sufficient females, every female that they hire becomes a fellow and get the 100,000 euro. That is what the faculty, the university board decided until the money is used. So they actually sponsor the faculties that do not have sufficient females
Yes.
for a specific position to hire a female.
Do you remember now the name of those faculties that still are behind in that?
Yeah, that is again the technical faculties like the chemistry, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and physics.
Those all that usually are
The
men.
very hardcore. Yeah,
the-
not the building environment, not the mathematics, not our faculty of industrial engineering, but really the hardcore technology faculties. These are the faculties that need to grow, by the way, here in this area. And so that is very good because they have actually some presents to give to women.
Yes. Then, how many from 2019 or 2020? How many of the women who apply and get the position still stay? I mean, they get their tenure position.
I don't remember exactly the numbers, but at least more than 10% left.
Yes.
More than 10%. And that is indeed what makes, again, the importance of not only diversity, taking care of diversity, but taking care also of inclusion. You don't just bring them in a context where everybody thinks, oh, you're hired because you are a woman. This is not an inclusive environment. And this is indeed what I found out after a while, that just bringing them here will not work.
Okay.
You need to take care that that you involve them in the organizational things and performances and projects and activities, and that you value them as persons and as professionals and as scientists, than that they are only just women and they got the position. So several of them left.
Yeah.
And now we are trying to have good exit interviews so that we know the reasons why they left, and so that we build on that and provide actually some measures to avoid this, to reduce this.
Retention. This is a question ahead, because it's curious that Netherlands is the second country with the highest number of women in STEM, but has the lowest percentage of female professors in STEM, not only here at Technical University of Eindhoven, but in other universities. Do you know why this phenomenon?
We are the lowest, right?
You are
Netherlands is the lowest.
In Netherlands, yes.
We are low, but the Netherlands is also lower than many European countries, correct?
No, Professor. It's the second country with the highest number of women in STEM.
In STEM.
In STEM, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the highest number with women in STEM, but curiously had the lowest percentage of female professors.
Yeah.
So what we can assume is most of them are in industry, but not in academy.
Yeah. The question is why.
The question is why, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have an answer yet.
Do you have an answer? That is a very complicated question.
Yeah, it is.
It is a very complicated question, yeah. You can only assume, you can make hypotheses, which we don't really study. We have not studied that.
Yeah, what maybe the industry offers that the academy no.
I think it's the other way around.
Or
what the academy does not offer to them,
yes,
and that's why they go away. And many of them have to stay here for a long time to get a promotion, and then you have to do this more and a little bit more of that and a little bit more of that, and then you have the industry that offers them a very good job because they are talented, and then they go away.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is not always a friendly environment for a female to stay here, and very often they don't get promoted in a fair way.
That takes me to the next question. What has been the strategy of the Technical University of Eindhoven to support the top female talent that you attracted initially?
So many of the vacancies were assistant professor positions, but they came in a track where they would then, in 8 years maximal, would become associate professor, and so for that they would get a mentor, they would get some network of people that would come to discuss further on how to come further, and also some support on that, so that they can manage to
Yeah,
to
and the starting,
successfully complete their
and
track.
the starting grant that you mentioned before.
And the starting grant of the 100,000 euro. What else did we do? Yeah, so the mentorship is
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Yes, because among the strategies, there is also some strategies like working part-time, mentors, come with mentors that you have already, organization of social activities, the celebration of their achievements, mental health support, nursing programs like lactation room or support for breastfeeding women, discounts on daycare. Yes, the existence of diversity offers. For instance, this university doesn't have a daycare, particularly.
We
Yes?
do. Yeah, we have. It's over there.
Ah, okay.
So there is a daycare where we tried very hard to have the employees of the university to have priority.
Ah, okay.
Because there are limited positions,
Yes, of course.
limited places, of course, and there is a daycare and they have priority. Employees here have priorities. Employees, not women.
Ah, employees will be maybe good
Also
to get
men.
priority to women, but it's
Now employees was already difficult enough to arrange.
yes. What is that mentorship scheme consists of? Meetings, regular meetings?
So there is a kind of instruction and guidance for the mentors how to do that, and then there is a pool of people that it's volunteer work. I'm also a mentor of I also subscribe to be a mentor in this program. So then people can just select a mentor that they find in this that there is in this pool. There is a Teams
The
site.
university created a pool with people who
yeah.
are available for mentors.
Exactly. So, and there are some resources distributed around, like information and meetings about, I don't know, and of course requests. And then I meet this person every several weeks per academic year, and then we discuss about her career. She reflects on her
Achievements, difficulties,
her preferences, what's the next step, what are things that could help her, and what are difficulties that she's confronted with, and what does she need to do more, etc., or less, and how does she manage with work, family, and that kind of discussions. Actually, I let that's actually the instruction. We let the mentee to bring in the topics that they are interested in, the questions that they have, and that's how we do that.
Yes, I understand that the university or the Irene Curie Fellows have access to training programs for academic leadership and university teaching qualification. Can you tell us more about what comprises those training programs?
Yeah, but this is offered to everyone, to every employee.
Not only for the Irene Curie Fellows.
Yeah, not really. It is actually for everyone.
For everyone.
So
you just encourage the fellows.
Exactly. And of course we ask them whether they need something more than what we have. We have indeed a whole toolkit of different trainings and things that people can follow live or online to develop further their skills in terms of writing, in terms of inclusive writing, in terms of how to do discussion, how to also leadership, of course, trainings, and so when they come in. So we have a whole bunch of different trainings that we offer, and we encourage, of course, the newcomers to follow the trainings because they can, of course, profit. We can give them some skills that help them to start working here.
Sure. That's very useful.
Yeah.
I know that based on my experience.
But the problem is to bring actually the people that are here already to follow these trainings. That's a problem.
Yeah, sometimes the administrative task, the teaching makes difficult.
And they think they know
allocate
it.
the time for those trainings.
It costs some time. So it's easier to nudge and motivate newcomers than to bring people who are already working here for several years.
Okay, yes. Well, Professor, that was my last question. If there is anything else that you would like to share with us about your experience with the Irene Curie program, I mean, supporting, leading this program, or perhaps invite other institutions to run similar programs, or invite other talented female academics to apply maybe for another call of this fellowship.
So now, I very much like to invite all the technology,
Yes.
the women that are talented in technology to apply here in our positions. They will have this 100,000 euro extra and a whole system that helps them. I would like to, motivate organizations, academic organizations to actively think how they can increase the number of females. There was we were brought to court of human rights because several men complained that.
Yes, I read about it.
One of them was a colleague of ours here of this university, and when we had once a visitor from another university to hear about the policy, we thought, let's not only invite the people who are positive about the fellowship, but also invite someone that is negative about the policy.
Yeah, sure.
Because he
to
openly
hear
he openly complained about that, and it was as if we had paid him to talk positively about the policy, because he starts to say, I was negative about that and I complained. But then I thought, okay, now I have to implement that because I can use this 100,000 to attract good people. And then I start to think in my network during the conference what I can do to attract a woman. And in the end, they came and they worked very hard, even when they stayed pregnant, and then they came back and they worked even harder. And they actually influenced the whole team the way that we worked. So he was telling us exactly what we expected. So it was very nice to hear it from a person that was actually openly negative about that, and critical, that it changes the whole culture. It changes the way that you do things, the acquisition, the leadership that you give, the collaboration, but it also improves the climate and the way and the production, the performance actually of the group. So that is a very good thing actually to consider. And at the same time, it is not only that you attract the people, that you have policies to attract the people, but you also need policies to retain people, to keep them in the organization indeed. And one of the key things is, of course, one of the key players for that is the leaders, where they come in. So that is also what the women in some discussions were bringing up, like if my leader says that I'm here because I'm a woman, that doesn't feel inclusive. Then they immediately don't feel good about that. They don't want to identify themselves, some of them, as fellows. So it is important actually to work on the leadership and the inclusiveness of the organization. But that is not relevant only for this topic, but in general. And that is actually my point. So when you care about diversity and inclusion, you care about everyone.
Yes.
And if you don't care about your people, which is your most important asset in an academic organization, what do you need to care for? The buildings?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is actually my message for academic organizations. You really need to care for people, and diversity and inclusion is one of the ways to do that.
Yes. Professor, thank you very much for that last message. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And thank you very much for your work. And congratulations for leading this program.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you. Nice to talk to you. And good luck.
Thank you.